Okay, in our last lesson, we really focused on understanding when the C says k and when it says s. So when it says s, it is followed by an E, I, or a Y. And so we also really focused on the end of words that say s. So today's lesson, we are going to focus on adding your suffix to your CEs and we're going to focus on the dropping rule here. So let's look at sluice. Okay, so the rule is if you have a C here and you have to have an E, I, or a Y to maintain that sound. So if you're adding on a suffix that starts with an E, I, or a Y, you drop the E like you would typically do with vowel suffixes in your dropping rule. Drop the E and add on your vowel suffix. That's the rule. Unless you have a C here, you have to be careful. So now that is an E, I, or a Y, so we're going to add our ING. Okay? So, but let's see. We will make some nonsense words here because I only chose 3 suffixes so you understand how to do this. So now we have sluice again. So the rule is drop the E and add on your vowel suffix. Okay, so we're going to add able to that. But look what happens here. This is no longer an E, I, or a Y. So this is slookable. We don't want slookable. We want it to say sluiceable. So we have to leave your E in there and add A-B-L-E. Now, I also put on a consonant suffix. The rule is if it starts with a consonant, you don't drop your E. You just add it on. Okay? So, let's look at twice. Well, you have a CE here. So, is this an E, I, or a Y? Yes. So, drop your E and add on your vowel suffix, twicing. Whoops, E. Okay, twice. Well, is this an E, I, or a Y? It's not. So if we drop this E, it will force this to say k. So we just add on A-B-L-E. Okay, so let's see if we take the E out, it would say twikeable. We don't want it to say twikeable. We want it to say twiceable. Okay, so let's do twice again. And add on our consonant suffix. You just add it on, you don't drop the E. So look at pace. Are we adding on a suffix that is starting with an E, I, or Y if we have a C here? We are. So, ING. Drop the E and add on your vowel suffix. This is the dropping rule. Okay? Pace. Okay? This is a CE. So, is that an E, I, or a Y? No. So you just add it on. So let's see if we did drop the E, it would say packable. And then it would still be spelt wrong. But we want it to say paceable, right? And when you're adding on a consonant suffix, you don't drop the E, you just add it on. Voice. Okay, we have a CE here. So are we adding on a vowel suffix that starts with an E, I, or a Y? We are. So we drop the E and add on voicing. See how that remains to say S, because that is an I. Okay, so we have voice. This E is forcing that C to say S. So we want it to remain S. So are we adding on an E, I, or a Y suffix? No. So we do not drop it and we just add it on. I was thinking about something and I can't remember what I was going to say that I thought was really important to add. So we do not drop our E's when we're adding on a consonant suffix. So just add it on. Voicely, okay? So leaving on the E keeps that saying S. Let's just take all of that down. Now we have peace. See how that E is forcing that C to say S, peace. Okay? So we are going to make it say piecing. So we're going to add on your vowel suffix that starts with an I. See how this is an E, I, or a Y? So it's still forcing that to say S, piecing. So you drop the E here. Okay, so, oops, didn't want to do that. I just want to write piece. And is this a vowel suffix that starts with an E, I, or a Y? No. We are going to just add it on. Okay, so let's say we take the E out, it would say peaceable. But with the E in, it says peaceable. Peace. Add on your consonant suffix. We do not drop our E's when we're adding on a consonant suffix on any word. Peacely. All right, so now we have dance. Okay, we're going to add on our vowel suffix that starts with an I. Now, most consonants, most suffixes I meant, start with an E or an I. So you don't have to pay attention to this all the time, but it's super important for you to notice that when you are adding on a consonant that doesn't start with an E or an I, then you need to be really careful that you don't misspell some of your words, okay? So we add ing, and that says dancing. See how this I is still forcing that C to say S, but we have dance. But this is not an E, I, or a Y, so we don't drop this and we just add on able. Dance, whoops. We don't drop our silent E's when we're adding on consonant suffixes. So we just add that on. Let's do fence. Okay, we're adding on our vowel suffix that starts with an E, I, or a Y. Drop the E and add on your vowel suffix. Drop it. But fence. So this is not an E, I, or a Y, so we keep the E and add fenceable. Okay, so let's do fence again. And we don't drop E's when we're adding on a consonant suffix. Okay, so I hope that was really helpful for you to understand. This is where you make a lot of mistakes if you're not understanding this rule. So practice this rule and we will see you in the next lesson.